The Thorne Gallery, a beacon of culture, buzzed with anticipation. Tonight, the art world held its breath, awaiting the grand debut of The Celestial Veil, a supposed lost work by the elusive artist, Silas Thorne. This detail matters because it. Whispers filled the opulent halls, collectors, critics, and connoisseurs gathered, their eyes fixed on the draped alcove. This was more than an unveiling, it was the resurrection of a legend, a story told only through hushed tones and speculation. Underneath the velvet cloth lay the promise of genius, a canvas shrouded in mystery. For years, the Celestial Veil had been a myth, a ghost in the annals of art history, rumored to be Thorne's magnum opus. This detail matters. Gallery director, Evelyn Reed, a woman of refined taste and sharp intellect, beamed with pride. She had tirelessly pursued this acquisition, piecing together fragments of history to bring this unparalleled artwork to light. This detail matters because it changes how. With a dramatic flourish, the velvet cloth was pulled away. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd, but it wasn't one of awe. It was a sound of utter disbelief, a sudden, chilling silence. This detail matters because it changes. Where a masterpiece should have resided, there was only the stark white of an untouched canvas. The frame was empty, the easel bare. The anticipated celestial veil had vanished, leaving behind only an infuriating, baffling absence. This detail matters because. Evelyn Reed's smile faltered, replaced by a mask of confusion, then dawning horror. This wasn't a prank, this was a meticulously orchestrated vanishing act, a theft of unimaginable audacity and precision. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence. The gallery's state-of-the-art security system had registered no alarms, no forced entry, no suspicious activity. It was as if the painting had simply ceased to exist within the sealed confines of the room. This detail matters because it changes how. Detective Miles Corbin, known for his methodical approach to complex cases, surveyed the scene. He saw not just an empty easel, but a narrative crafted by an invisible, intelligent perpetrator with a flair for the dramatic. This detail matters because. Every guest, every staff member, became a suspect. Corbin meticulously sifted through alibis, looking for the single thread that didn't quite weave into the fabric of the evening's carefully constructed illusion. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence. The investigation delved into the shadowy underworld of art forgery and illicit trade. Had the painting ever truly existed, or was this a brilliant deception from the very beginning, a phantom existence? This detail matters because it changes how the. Corbin revisited Silas Thorne's history, a recluse whose life was as enigmatic as his art. Were there clues in his past methods, his known associates, or the very nature of his supposed artistic genius? This detail matters because it changes. The most unsettling possibility emerged: the painting was a masterful forgery, and its disappearance was a calculated move to prevent its exposure by the very gallery that championed its authenticity. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. With no external breach, suspicion inevitably turned inward. Someone within the gallery, or with intimate knowledge of its operations, had to be the architect of this elaborate, baffling disappearing act. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. Forensic examination of the easel revealed an ingenious, almost invisible compartment. It was designed not for hiding stolen goods, but perhaps for something far more subtle, a piece of evidence. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. Within this hidden space, investigators found a single, unusual fiber. It was unlike anything present in the gallery, a tiny clue from an unknown source, potentially linking to the perpetrator. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. The theory solidified: the painting wasn't stolen, it was replaced, or perhaps never truly there. The unveiling was the final act of a performance designed to highlight the absence, not the presence. This detail matters because it changes how the. The motive remained elusive, prestige, profit, or perhaps a twisted artistic statement? The perpetrator had executed a flawless crime, leaving behind a void that spoke volumes about their audacious intent. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. Despite extensive investigation, the true fate of the celestial veil and the identity of the mastermind behind its vanishing remain shrouded in mystery. The Thorne Gallery was left with an enduring enigma. This detail matters because it changes how the case of the empty easel remains a stark reminder that sometimes, the greatest mysteries aren't about what's there, but what's profoundly, deliberately absent. It teaches us that in the world of art and crime, illusion can be the most